Hello. I'm going to read this. Oh, I don't need to waffle why I'm going to read it, do I? I'm going to read it because I'm going to read it. Comment on yesterday's video. They're quite long, but I think they should be instructive for people. This is the comment. I'll give you a brief example on the difference in America that makes saving for retirement difficult. I had a friend and his dad retired with a good amount in his 401k. His dad's wife was 10 years younger, and while he was retired, she worked at a company that gave no health benefits. She ended up having cancer, and seeing she had no insurance, they had to empty out all their savings and the 401k before the state picked up any costs. Because of their marriage, his retirement that he'd saved his entire life for was wiped out because it's considered a joint asset even though it's in his name only. Now, if it was a pension, this couldn't happen, but it's a 401k, not a pension, so it's kind of a savings plan, presumably. The system only works for those who game the system. Now, that's one thing to note. That's a highlight by me. The system only works for those who game the system. Unfortunately, he did not and had to go back to work at a shit job. Second last paragraph is, knowing this, why would I or anyone else put off instant gratification, bracket, spend money on vacations and fancy cars, when there is a good chance, if you do the right thing, bracket, save for retirement, it will be wiped out and you'll receive nothing. I'll assume with the European healthcare system this scenario is unlikely, but here in America that is one of many ways you can be forced to empty out your retirement savings with penalties. Another would be divorce. Right. Without even talking about insurance, I just mentioned insurance. Knowing this, why would I or anyone else put off instant gratification? And because of this, I just said that the comment was childish nonsense. You can always make excuses to do the childish thing. The reply came in for me this morning. The Modern Mystic. That's me. It may be childish nonsense, but for the example above, it's a cultural shift that you're not exactly getting. Let's say you have two people in exact same situation. One has played by the rules and did what society told him to do, buy a house, save 300k in his 401k. And the second guy does the opposite. He doesn't own a house and he saved nothing. Both men retire and both men's younger wives, unable to get Medicare because she's under 65, gets cancer, for instance. Kind of more of a hypothetical repeat of the first one. The one who did the responsible thing now has to wipe out his 401k and savings in order to get medical treatment for his wife. The man who saved nothing doesn't have to do anything for his wife to get treatment, so it costs him nothing. And because he rented all his life, the government will subsidize his housing and put him up in an adult living community. My point is not that you shouldn't save. It's that the culture has changed to where the government must correct all your bad choices. If you didn't save, then the government will pick up the tab. If you ran your business into the ground, the government will bail you out and your CEOs will get their golden parachute. You get enough of these instances where government rewards bad choices and you'll incentivize people to say, fuck it, why bother saving anything? No one else is. So the highlights there is, to be fair, my point is not that you shouldn't save. Repeating, that's what he's not saying. But at the end, we get enough of these instances where the government rewards bad choices. You'll incentivize people to say, fuck it, why bother saving anything? And here's the crucial one, no one else is. the question, the whole reason for me reading this out is to stress to people, I mean, you're only a few people out there who don't know why I'm bothering. No one else is. What the flying fuck has it got to do with anyone else? You do what you think you should do. If no one else is, that's up to no one else. Okay. Right, this is kind of a... I'm going to read 3. Okay, I thought I was going to read 3, but I might be only reading 2. You know, those are my mileposts, and I don't know how I'm going to finish if it's only 2. Anyway, get on. We're going to jump to The Guardian again. And it's an article about, will a kind of a Luddite revolution come in with regard to technology? I quite like that. And the opening comment, the biggest thumbed up comment, is anti-tech will catch on. It's just a shame it won't happen until someone's commodified it and marketed it as a lifestyle choice with loads of extras you need to buy to prove how anti-tech you are. Obviously, this is what we call Great British comedy. It's semi-intellectual and twisty, so I'll read it for the Americans who can't understand things very easily. Anti-tech will catch on. It's just a shame it won't happen until someone's commodified it and marketed it as a lifestyle choice with loads of extras you'll need to buy to prove how anti-tech you are. I think that's quite good. It is quite good. Because you're getting the theme. It's all about other people. How much of your life is run by what other people do as opposed to what you think you should do. Okay. Now, I think that's the comment I wanted next. Could have used my little marker web page marker, but I didn't. Good point about the jokey one, but isn't anti-tech just exercising free will? And then you go, shut up, Nick. Isn't anti-tech just exercising free will and a bit of independent thought? You get it? Independent thought. There are many ways to avoid being totally subservient to technology while still enjoying its benefits. Pick and choose. And don't be pressured by fashion or friends. Get out for a walk. Read a book. Read a book. Read a book. This must be, if there's any advice anyone should ever be given, it's read a book. Read a book. Always be read a book. These things all still seem available now, to me at least. Going out for a walk and reading a book certainly are. It's funny how people become victims of their own habits and predilections and then want to blame someone or something else for them. See, that's the theme. It's funny how people become victims of their own habits, which are so often other people's habits that have been brought in, and predilections, leave them out, and then want to blame someone else or something else for them. And this is exactly what I think we had in the comment on American pension saving. You just, you decide that you don't want, you want to be reckless, and so dream up some external reasoning for it. Now this is council tax. What was this about? Oh, it's a so. There's a so in here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So this I just came across a classic so example. You know my so's. Start a paragraph or sentence with so, or a comment with so, and you are going to talk shit. Okay, this is a strange comment because it's in The Guardian and it got quite a lot of thumbs up. It's quoting, presumably, the article. It's outrageous that a person in a £17 million Westminster mansion pays less than a pensioner in a Nottingham bungalow. I'll just do a very quick run through for our American friends and other people. Let's have three types of taxes. UK, council tax, which is this. You pay the same person pays the same on a £17 million Westminster mansion as in somebody in a Nottingham bungalow. It's to pay for street lighting and taking the rubbish away. Technically not much else, but that's the sort of idea. Income tax pays for things like police and schooling. Now, I know in America, I think the local housing tax can pay a lot for police and schooling, but it's in the UK, it's more council taxes, very local things. Libraries are included, I think. Income tax is one thing, which is obviously on a graduated thing where you pay more when you earn more. And national insurance, which is actually a slightly different, put in a slightly different box, but obviously it goes in the same bucket as the income tax. This actually goes to local government, but is part of government governing. So you've got national insurance, which should be for hospitals and pensions. Is it hospitals and pensions or just pensions? I don't know. You can tell me. But just to say that these are slightly different. And you can, the different countries will mix and match these. But in the UK, that's what you get. You have a mansion in the best part of London. You might pay the same rate as somebody else. They both get the same amount of services from the council. This is what is justifying this. Why should one person be exploited more just because they have a more expensive home? Okay, I'm not saying I agree with that, but that's a point of view, and surprisingly in The Guardian it's got lots of thumbs up. And here's the "so" reply, bam, which you guarantee is going to be bullshit. So, people paying £17 million a year as, say, a CEO of a multinational company should pay the same income tax as someone on, say, £17,000 a year, should they? I know CEOs avoid paying tax, but that's another argument. Yeah, another argument. See? So, people on 17 million a year should pay, and it's written, it should pay the same as someone on 70. It's kind of a should pay. These things in the UK are different. Council tax, income tax, national insurance. He's just gone, because you say this should be the same, you obviously think that these two should both be the same. It's just a boring repeat by me. Start anything off with "so" and you're going to talk shite. But the main drive of this video is use your free will to make your own decisions based mainly on what you've thought because you've read it in a book, as opposed to what you've seen on television or other people have flashed into your head. Use your free will to do this, and all will be well. Bye.